In this video, we're going to go over some of our Christmas traditions.
Good evening there, everybody. We had a great response to our video that we put out about Thanksgiving traditions. So we thought we'd make one for Christmas traditions.
Yeah.
And as part of this, we're going to review some of the comments that we got from Thanksgiving, and we hope that you leave us comments about your Christmas traditions as well. So where would you like to begin? Do you want to go over the Thanksgiving ones, or do you want to talk about our Christmas traditions?
Let's tell them what some of their Thanksgiving traditions that they shared with us were. Because we went ahead and told you all the things that we do for our Thanksgiving, like making all the pies and things like that, and watching the Macy's parade and things. What were some of the things that they said?
Okay. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to tell you who it's from. See if you could guess who it is.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right?
Yeah.
My hubs and I like to watch Christmas Vacation, planes, trains, and automobiles after our guests leave from Thanksgiving at our house. This year will be a smidge different. It'll be when we return home.
I don't know.
You have no clue who left that comment.
No.
And you can't see that.
No, I can't see that.
It was your sister.
Really?
Yes.
That's right. We didn't go
You
to
know
their
her
house
well.
this year. They came to my
came up
dad's
here.
house this year.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. That makes sense now.
Okay.
I didn't know that that was a tradition that they had.
Okay, so this one is from one of our biggest fans. I mean, he comments, or his wife, or him and his wife. Sometimes it's both, sometimes it's whatever. Desmond's Donders. I'm going to put a link down to his channel because he's a big supporter of Donley Cove. Every time the video comes out, he watches it, leaves a comment. They're over in Scotland, and their RV is named Desmond, and they take a Donder.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love their channel.
They're
And,
really nice people.
Yeah, really nice people. We've known them from our Haunted Travels channel. And
Mm-hmm.
they followed us over here to Donley Cove.
Yeah.
Anyways, happy Thanksgiving, Sean and Marianne. Amazing that you shared with us. And I love the black spot. Take care and stay safe, folks. Oh yes, I will have to wear my Home Alone t-shirt. So we did do an update on your condition, and you had your black spot.
And apparently
it's gone.
It fell out.
Yeah.
I don't have that
spot's
part
gone
anymore,
now.
I guess.
But that's kind of cool. You commented on it.
Yeah, I was kind of like a Jack Sparrow there for a little bit. I had a black spot.
Yeah. We did in our Thanksgiving tradition give an update on your health. Because people are commenting, thanks for updating, thanks for sharing, prayers, quick recovery. Okay, so we want to look at somebody who told us, let's see. We did a comment from Brandon Clark 9296 who guessed the shirt Home Alone.
Okay.
Okay, I was wearing the Home Alone.
Okay.
Can't see this shirt now. We'll talk about that. We got a comment from Nancy Thomas sending prayers and support. Thank you for sharing. Sending lots of hugs and love. Our outpouring for your what we're going through, mainly you're the one dealing with it, has been phenomenal. So thank you,
Thanks
everybody.
to everybody. Yeah, you guys have all been wonderful.
The prayers have helped tremendously. Keep them coming. We're almost to the finish line. We're getting there, but okay. Okay, here's one. Casey Meyer. Love Marianne's pumpkin pie count. You didn't accomplish that goal this year.
I didn't. I
You were
only
slowed down a little bit.
I only ate one pie this year.
only ate one by yourself.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Store-bought pies are not good. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so this next one is from Lori Bryant. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll skip through some of the stuff. Let's see. Glad Marianne's doing okay after a rough few weeks. Yeah, that was
That was
not fun
that
what
was
we
a
went through,
rough
but okay.
time there.
So we have some Thanksgiving traditions, but to me, this has always felt like a really versatile holiday, able to be traditional or become whatever you want it to be. The most important part is to give thanks and hopefully spend it with loved ones.
Yeah.
Agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really look forward to being able to be with family and enjoy some good grub.
Yes.
I'm all about the food.
And this year we've all been very thankful for a lot more than normal.
Yes.
We've always been thankful, and we, talk at Thanksgiving dinner about what we're thankful for and things like that. But this year was a lot more thanks.
Absolutely. So like I said before, that sometimes Dave comments, sometimes Lindsay, his wife, comments. This one's from Lindsay, which is I mentioned because it's kind of funny. Belated Happy Thanksgiving, Sean and Marianne. Home Alone is the movie. Yep. We don't do Thanksgiving over here.
That's right.
They're in Scotland.
Yeah, they're not
Take
in
care,
US.
be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think. Oh, here's one more.
One more.
I put the laptop so far away. I'm sorry I have to bend in to read it, but I don't have my glasses on. All right, family traditions. Day after Thanksgiving is decorating the tree, and we go to Craniacs and Daffins within the next week. My daughter is a student of yours, and she just loves you. You are truly missed at school. We have been praying for you both, and will continue. Thank you for the update, and you look adorable bald. Just Leah.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, so this one is from Mrs. Claus.
Oh, okay.
She says, "Hey, if you're the pie maker, you can eat as much as you want."
Love it.
Okay, I think that's it on our traditions. Okay, so I need to add too that I'm going to get to everybody's comments. I'm a month behind, but I'm probably going to do that later tonight after this videos go through and comment back on all these. So let's talk about what our Christmas traditions are, and we want you to leave down in the comments. Let us know your Christmas traditions, because you see we love reading these, and it's awesome to hear what you guys do. So go ahead, kick it off.
Well, in the Thanksgiving one, we kind of talked a little bit about when we start Christmas decorating. So I'll just rehash that real quick.
Thanksgiving tradition.
Yeah, so real quick, we start to do that at my house when I was a kid in the basement before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving night after the turkeys. Dinner was done, we took the turkeys down and put up the trees and all that upstairs and decorated upstairs. So that's when we started decorating when I was a kid. And for me, the biggest tradition I think that we had, not really, but it's a funny one, and anybody in my family will laugh. But we would always, as kids, my dad would always take us to my grandfather's house on Christmas Eve, because he we would always be going out to go and do some last minute something, and he always needed to get gas in the car. He was always out of gas, and he would always drop us off at Grandpa and Grandma Reagan's house while he went and got gas, and we just got to visit with Grandma and Grandpa. Turned out that wasn't the case, and I had no idea. I'm always slow on the uptake. But for years, like it happened for years, and I'm like, at one point I think I was like, why are you always out of gas on Christmas Eve? And it turned out that's when they would go up in the attic and get down all the Christmas presents and bring them down so that they could go out on Christmas. And I had no clue.
Why would they do that?
He's always trying to ruin everything for little people. That's all I can say. Anyways, but that was like a big thing, a big tradition in my family.
So how'd you find out? Was it later when you were older and your mom told you?
Yeah, it was later when I was older. Yeah.
So that's when you were younger. So,
yeah.
Okay, when I was younger, the biggest Christmas tradition I recall, well, two, actually. When I was little, I remembered that anything that we got for Christmas was always put together. You know what I mean? Like, and then back then, like everything you got pretty much had to be put together.
Yeah.
And I remember one year, this is a memory, not a tradition, but I remember one year my grandfather, Donley, I think I walked in on him. One year for Christmas, I got a train set, and they were setting it up, and they were up most of the night setting it up because it was like on a layout. And I think I walked in on him setting it up and asked, "Oh, what's going on? It's a train, whatever, you know." And I get some sort of story. But traditionally, we always went to my grandmother Johnson's house for Christmas, and as a kid growing up, we would get up and open our gifts and all that other stuff. It was like, okay, we got to go. So you couldn't play with your toys. You had to go for dinner, and you're just waiting.
Yeah.
And, okay, dinner's over. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home. You know, I remember that for years. It was like that. But
Gotcha.
those are some fond memories. And there's others, but
Yeah.
they're not like traditions because every year is kind of like a little different, changed, whatever.
Now, see, we're very opposite of that. We do not change.
Yeah.
We're very regimented in the things that we do, right down to needing gas every Christmas Eve. But we would go to my grandmother. We would have the Slovak New Year's. We would have the Slovak Christmas Eve meal at my house at lunchtime. The babalki and the pierogies and everything like that. We would have that at lunch. Then we would go to my grandma Zito, my mom's house. We would go to her house for dinner and have the 7 fishes stuff for the Italian side. And then when we were done there, we would come home and we would wait for a phone call from my dad's side of the family because they would have the traditional Slovak Christmas Eve dinner at my grandparents' house while we were having dinner at my grandma on the other side of the family's house. So they would call us when they were done with dinner, and then we would go down to my grandparents' house, my grandma and grandpa Reagan's house. And we would the whole family would be there, and we would open up presents from the whole family. And my grandma, Reagan, was like, I swear she should have like done a patent and invented Christmas bags, because back in the day she would never wrap any of our presents at all. All of them came in shopping bags or black plastic garbage bags because she just would never have time to wrap them. So she would always do that. So when they started making gift bags, we always said, "Oh my gosh, this Grandma Reagan would have loved this." So we would all open up the presents, and then my grandfather, all year long, he would take he had these beer cans, and every one of us grandkids, he had a beer can for each one of us. They were not full of beer. He drank the beer. But what he would do is all year long, he would just drop coins. Anytime he got coins, he would drop them in one of the cans. So on Christmas Eve, each one of us got one of those cans, and then we got to count how many coins we got and that kind of stuff. We had to give the can back before we were allowed to leave, so we had to count all the money before we could go, and we would see whose can had the most coin, how much we got. And then we would do a tradition in that side of the family is you light a candle, a taper candle, and then you blow it out and you see how the smoke goes. And the more wiggly your smoke was, when you blew it out, the badder you had been all year.
Badder?
Oh yeah.
Is that a word?
I don't even know. Don't let the English teachers watch it. But if it was nice and straight, poker straight, you were really good that year.
And how many times was yours?
I don't know. It wasn't that bad. I remember we would always
Yours was probably always straight.
some of it, and it was funny because we would say if it started out wiggly but then it straightened up, we had gotten better through the year, things like that. But everybody in the family would do it, and we would just pass the candle around the table and light it and blow it out, light it and blow it out, till everybody had done it. That was a big tradition.
I remember another tradition when I was younger.
Yeah.
So there were 5 of us cousins that kind of grew up like brothers and sisters, okay? Mm-hmm. So on Christmas Eve, we would go to my aunt and uncle's house. Yeah. So we would do it at Thanksgiving, where we would do a Secret Santa type thing.
Okay.
And then we did that as the kids Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Did that exchange. And that was part of Christmas Eve because the adults were together and, that kind of thing. And then Christmas Day, we always went to Grandma Johnson's house for dinner, and everybody came, and that's when we, ate, exchanged gifts,
mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The ugly sweater and everything from Grandma, socks, ugly sweater,
Gotcha.
Christmas cash.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, and then everybody went home to play with their toys.
Gotcha.
For the rest of the day. Yeah.
Well, when we were done at my Grandma Reagan's house, then we would go home and we would try to take a nap if we could, and then we would get up and we would go to midnight mass. And they don't have midnight mass anymore at my church. They have it at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, because the majority of our parishioners are elderly, and so they don't want them to have to go out late at night, and which is nice, but I do miss Christmas Eve midnight mass. There was just something about midnight mass, and it was just so magical.
So, in thinking about traditions that you and I have, we've been together for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have.
It's kind of hard to say because we're always busy this time of year.
Yeah.
We started off having when we first got the house, we first got together having everybody over, but mostly we kind of went to your parents' house for mm-hmm. Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. And then with it just being you and I, we've always kind of did the traveling circuit until COVID hit. And then, I don't know if I could say that on here, but we couldn't do that due to, not being able to do that. But we're always you either have your event going on and we're working to get that done, trying to finish up work for the holidays or whatever. That's why we always decorate, and I think we said it in the other video, why we put the tree up and the decorating at Thanksgiving, because from Thanksgiving till Christmas break at work, we're always got something going on.
Big time stuff going on.
And then trying to get everything done for the holidays, we're normally running. So traditionally, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only one tradition that you and I have had since we've been together is we've always spent Christmas Eve night, you and I together. That's our Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after we would go and do things with other people, we would come home and then we would spend a couple hours, just the two of us together. We would open a present if we bought each other presents and just hang out together.
Yeah, just to chill out and
Yeah.
spend some time together without
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've done that every year since we've been
Mm-hmm.
together. But I can't think of any other tradition that we.
Well, when I was, when it was before we got together, I read a book called The Science of Christmas, and in it, one of the pieces of it was to track NORAD, or not to track NORAD, for NORAD to track Santa Claus. And so I started tracking Santa with NORAD. That's a shirt I'm actually wearing now. You can't see, but
Tracking.
yeah. But we've continued to do that
Yeah.
together. We kind of log on and go to noradsanta.org, and we always look at, where's Santa now? How many gifts has he given out?
Yeah, but we've always had something like going on, which this year we don't.
Yeah, but that's a tradition.
But
that
we
we
had TLF going.
Yeah.
Where we would
Document.
yeah, Edward would
Yeah.
tweet out where Santa is and have those communication tweets and stuff like. We're not doing any of that stuff.
Yeah,
this year.
and
We got too
then
much.
we would do a report afterwards, like a debriefing report, Santa's health report, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to hear your traditions. Leave them down in the comments. Make sure you do. And this video is going to come out the day after the deadline to enter our contest giveaways. So if you didn't enter, sorry, you have to wait till the next one. Or should we extend it?
No extension.
No extension. She
No
said
extension.
21st. So this comes out the 22nd.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. No
No.
extension.
This comes out the 21st.
Then,
This comes out Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday's the 21st, right?
yeah.
We said email by the 21st, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
hey, you have till midnight. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to put links in the description up top below, whatever. Go watch those two videos. You have till midnight to enter.
Ooh.
You can get yourself a nice little shiny Donley Cove coffee cup or Santa's boots.
Coffee mug. We said
Coffee
mug.
mug.
So.
Sorry. That's what you put.
Yeah.
Go watch those videos.
Although that is a childhood scar of mine.
What?
Mug and cup.
Why?
So my family, we always called them coffee mugs.
Okay.
And when I was doing one of those worksheets that, they have in elementary school where they have like the letter is the letter U that you're working with, right? And so they've had a picture of a coffee mug and they had blank U blank. And I put M and G and I got it wrong. It was supposed to be C and P for cup.
So you failed?
Well, there's
Or
only
you
like
got that one wrong?
I got that one wrong, and there's only so many on one of those worksheets when you're a kid, and so I did not get a good grade on it, and I was devastated because we call them a mug. I didn't know what they were talking about with this cup thing.
You didn't argue to get it correct?
As a small child, I did not argue with my teachers.
I
That was
would've.
not something that you did back in the day.
I would have argued it. Oh, that's funny. So, would you like to give a little update health-wise?
I've been doing really good for like the last week.
Not a full week.
Not a full week, but
Probably the last 4 days.
Yeah. I baked some Christmas cookies. Sean helped me a lot. He, mixed things up for me. And then I would like scoop them or roll them into balls or whatever needed to be done with them and things like that. But I was pleased with the amount of things
I ran back and forth between the oven and
that I was able to get through.
That made you happy.
It did.
Able to do that.
Yeah. I have a few more things I gotta get done for that, but that was good. I've been able to not take any major medications this time, even though they were given to me and I was supposed to take them by my doctor for the back pain that there's no reason for. But I've been taking Tylenol, and I've been able to kind of keep that Tylenol, and I use the heating pad every now and again when I feel like I don't need a Tylenol, but it's a little achy, so let me stick that on there.
Still getting the swinging of the hot and the cold and hot and cold.
Yeah, still.
You're really hot
still
right
doing
now.
that.
You're like radiating heat
And
sitting
like
here.
just
But
before we started recording this,
were
I
cold.
was really cold, and I'm like, seriously, I'm gonna have to put on a Christmas shirt, and I'll be in a short sleeve shirt, and you can't even see it, can't even tell it's a Christmas shirt, but
Yeah.
but yeah, so I still have the hot flashes and the cold times.
But all in all, you're maintaining your weight,
Yep.
which is good. You have a pretty decent appetite, which is good.
On most days. I feel like there's like 2 days or 3 days each one of my sessions that I like decide, I don't want to eat today. Like I force myself to eat.
You're not getting nausea though.
No,
Which is
not
good.
getting nausea. I just don't have the like desire to eat anything. But there's a couple things that
That's
like,
kind of like normal if you're active. It's like sometimes it'd be like it's 2:00 and I forgot to eat.
Yeah, but I feel like it goes for like 2 or 3 days in a row. Just like I'm not hungry for 2 or 3 days, but I force myself to eat so that I can maintain like a healthy lifestyle. But then it goes away and I get my appetite back again. So that's
Still drinking a lot of water, keeping up with that.
Yeah.
Your next session is
Thursday the 21st, the day this comes
movie,
out.
The day this video comes out is.
Yeah, so I'll have my next chemo session on the 21st, with the day this comes out, and then I'll have 2 more after that. Sean keeps saying, you'll have 1.5 after that, but I'm still going, so it still counts as a time. So
Yeah.
I'll have 2 more sessions after that, and then meet with my surgeon and go over maintenance drugs and But as of right now, I still not liking the Neulasta shot. I still feel like that
that's
causes
rough.
me all the issues that I have after my chemo sessions right now.
You've gone from
But
you
it's
bounced
necessary.
back from the major surgery fairly
so
well.
Yeah. That was great.
Started the chemo, had the allergic reaction on the first visit, which was rough.
Yeah.
Then you started the
No, then I had a good session on the second session.
Yeah. Then you had the Neulasta shot
The
that
third and the fourth.
you ended up in the hospital with that.
Yeah.
But you had the port issues with the pain from the port and all that. It's all been
Yeah,
the point I'm trying to make. It's like it's the
been one
other
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, one thing after the other that's associated with it, but
This past
It's
time
okay.
with the Neulasta shot
almost done.
wasn't as bad as the first time, but it was pretty.
But
It was
at the
pretty
same
rough.
time, like, we decided I'm taking Tylenol. Like, I was just going to be on a Tylenol regimen and forget the liver issues. The doctors don't seem too concerned about it. They're more concerned about the other stuff right now. So I feel I went to the hospital. They gave me Tylenol.
What'd you tell me today with the span between the
15 hours. So I'm at 15-hour span on it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'll get back to where I don't
getting
need it
there.
again.
Yeah.
I just think that it helped a lot with
Right
this
now,
time
the
with the
major
Neulasta.
concern right now is the white blood cell count and the
Yeah,
low immune system. We got to kind of watch.
yeah.
I mean,
I
how
was-
have you been not being able to go out Christmas shopping and being around the crowds and being at work? And it's
Well,
been kind of...
the being at work and not being able to do my Christmas show that like
Yeah.
I'd put together for like the kids in town and everything, that's the hardest part. The shopping stuff, there's enough online shopping available, and I'm not big on
We've kinda
crowds
made that-
anyway.
We
So
made that switch a
that
while
hasn't-
ago where we just order it.
yeah,
But
that hasn't been an issue for me. It was the being around like the people I normally am. That's
Yeah.
been the hardest part for me.
Okay, well, we've kept them long enough.
Yeah.
Again, hey, if you want to enter to win the coffee
Mug.
mug or the Santa's boots, I have links to those videos down in the description that tells you how to enter, and you have till today at midnight to get entered. Our next video will be coming out Christmas Day, and we'll be announcing those winners.
All right. So if you
Right.
don't have your entry in, make sure that you do. Are you going to tell them now how to get that entry in?
They got to watch those other videos.
Oh, they got to watch the other. Okay, so no hints here. You got to go back and watch the other videos. He's mean. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, folks. Till next time.
Thanks for watching and Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.